your July forecast, and this is going to be a really interesting month. First, it's my birthday month, and so I'm super partial to it. But second of all, we have a lot of really interesting aspects going on, and so I'm going to just dive right in because I hate long videos. I hate loading them, and I hate editing them. First of all, I want to talk to you guys about something that I have noticed in my own life, and so if I've noticed it impact me, I know that it is impacting my viewers, and that is just a weird feeling. You're not feeling yourself. You're off. If you are any of these things, if you're overly tired, if you're having strange dreams, if you're seeing things that aren't there, if you're having just highly intuitive feelings but you don't know where they're coming from, it's invoking some sort of anxiety, but you're not quite sure what the anxiety is about, guys, you are experiencing the beginning side effects of ascension. I think it's like when you're doing anything new, there's that apprehension and that excitement at the same time. There's that fear of something new, but there's the excitement of wanting something new. So your body is physically responding to this metamorphosis that's going on, and it's going on globally. And I personally believe, and many astrologers believe, but many people believe, and I think that's why astrology is starting to kick off, and there's so much interest in the metaphysical right now. I truly believe it's because we feel something. We know something is changing. We know something is different, and I really want to address that you're not alone, that everybody's going through this at the same time, and that truly there's going to be so much on the internet about this that will help you work through these feelings. And I really just want you to explore that because it's just an amazing time. You've got to think of you as a fluid concept. And I know that's extremely hard for you, Aries, because you're determined, you know who you are, you know what you want, you're no nonsense, and I think you as a fluid concept probably is going to be very difficult for you. However, Mars, your ruler, is going to be in Cancer. And so you're going to feel watery. You're going to start to feel some of this watery energy. And the sun is going to be in Cancer this month. And then Mercury is going to go into Cancer this month. Well, it's in Cancer and it's going to be going into Leo. So I just really think that you guys are just really feeling off. This energy isn't natural for you. You're not a big touchy-feely kind of person. I mean, you're a passionate person, you're a compassionate person, but you're just not one of these people that respond to water energy really well. Mars, your ruler, is debilitated right now. It's stuck in Cancer. And so you're not going to feel very confident about your reactions to things because your reactions to things are going to be highly emotional. And for you, although you can be highly volatile and reactive, it comes and it goes really quickly, but this energy is hanging on. This energy is in your head and it's working, and you're starting to feel this water energy. Now, how in tune you are with energy is going to tell you how much this energy is affecting you. If you're feeling off, it's because your ruler is debilitated at this point. It's because it's just not in where it likes to be. You know, it's in home and family right now, and your ruler wants to be going and saving the world right now. It doesn't want to sit here and think about home, family, ramifications, this, that, and the other. It doesn't like to do that. And so you're not feeling yourself. You're feeling off. And and that's all part of the energy of the ascension energy, but it is a little bit different just because you particularly are being impacted. Also, all of the energy that you experience during the Pluto-Uranus squares is kind of getting a highlight this month again because Pluto and Uranus and all the cardinal signs, all the cardinal energies are going to kind of go through a reboot this month. And so, yes, you are one of those cardinal energies that is going to be feeling this. If you've done your work, I think that this will be a good time for you. You'll take action, but I think you're going to take action in a way where you consider others. It's not just going to be about you and what you want. You're going to consider your home, family, how does it affect everybody? And I think in general, it's going to be really good in that sense. I do want to say that if you feel that you're just not yourself, just know that this energy is going to pass. And you're going to get back to your old self toward the end of the month. So don't worry about it. So let's get started because I do have a lot to talk about. This month is kind of power-packed. July 1st, we're going to go through a full moon in Capricorn, and for you, that's going to be in your career purpose, your life path destiny, the path you want to take, your calling, however you want to call it. And this is where I say that it gets different for you because you're going to be in tune not so much with going out and saving the world, saving others, and this warrior type energy. You're going to be in tune with how do I feel about taking that path? Am I doing something where I'm stuck and it's an obligation, but I'm not passionate about it anymore? You're going to weigh out your family, you will, because the Sun and Mars at this point are going to be in Cancer. So you're going to really be thinking a lot about your choices and how they could possibly impact others. And how's all this moving towards your future? Is everything going in the right direction? I think it's just incredibly crucial that you take the time on this full moon and meditate. I think you're going to get some epiphanies this month, this full moon. And the reason I say that is because the Sun and Mars still, in Cancer are going to trine Uranus. So this is going to be where you might get an unexpected idea. You might get just this amazing insight into your future. And it's going to want to make you take action. It's going to want to make you, move forward with this energy because it's really exciting energy. I mean, I really think that you're going to have almost like an aha moment. I think all of that energy was in its highest vibration on this full moon. In its lowest vibration on this full moon, you could have power struggles at work, in your home and family that make you extremely emotional. When Mars, your ruler, is in Cancer and it's debilitated, you can tend to be highly reactive in a weird way, in almost a manipulative way, like a passive aggressive way. It can make you want to go to war, but go to war in a way that hurts even, I think, deeper. I think you're just going to be acting unexpected with people. I think if people thought that they could really predict your moves this month, I think they're going to be shocked at some of the behaviors that you kind of come up with this month because it's going to be a different you. And it is because there's a lot of energy asking for you to be a different you, to evolve, to, ascend, to move forward. You are an action-oriented sign. And so, you're not going to, once this aha moment happens with you on this full moon, it could mean an abrupt ending, an abrupt change, an abrupt need to make a different action in your life. Just know that that energy is there for a reason, and that this is all part of the stuff that is starting to brew, and I think has been brewing since about March, when we had all that final Pluto-Uranus square, and then we had the eclipse, and then we've had all the energies and all of this action-oriented behavior. I think it's wanting to hit you a little deeper and make you go back to what makes you feel something passionate, not just going forward and being and just, you know, fighting everybody's battles, but something that feels passionate for you. July 8th is going to be a very interesting day. I really like it for you, especially because Mars in Cancer is going to trine Neptune in Pisces. I like this. This gets down to getting deep, digging into your subconscious, being very realistic about the goals you're trying to do, your life purpose, your destiny in the world. But also the sun is going to be trining Neptune. Neptune is a beautiful energy. You know, it opens you up to being sensitive, intuitive. And with all of this energy influencing your Mars, because the sun and Mars are conjunct for a lot of them for quite a bit this month, I just want you to know that you could feel like these urges from deep within you to like make a change. I think that this can have to do with just a fantasy that comes to light, but it's not a fantasy based on, you know, an unrealistic expectation. This is getting back to who you were before you started going through life and life changed you and it adapted you and molded you. Now this is getting back to where you're molding life and you want to manipulate and you want to have control over your life. It's a beautiful day. I think that communication with people about all these ideas that you're having, I think researching out all of these ideas that you're having on the 8th, with all of this trine energy, you could really, really pull something amazing out of this day. Now, trines can go two ways. Trines can make you just laxy-daisy and not even care about the energy, or you could really focus on this energy, meditate. I mean, you have a sleep. It's very good to be unconscious in this energy because that's where your epiphanies, that's where you get your epiphanies. So taking a nap, meditating. I want you to really pay attention. Write down dreams, write down ideas, write down anything because these could be fleeting, very fast coming in, very fast going out. And so I really want you to, this month, especially if you have any weird instincts about things or if you have anything that really, really spikes in you, you need to write it down. Even if you can't address it in July because it could be somewhat confusing because you're kind of debilitated right now. You're off your game. You're really not feeling yourself. You can revisit it. On the 13th, we're going to have a day of balancing. For you, this is going to be in your home and family, and it's going to be in how you experience pleasure, romantic gestures. It's going to be about creativity. So it's going to be a balancing energy day. Now, Mars, your ruler in Cancer, is feeling off, feeling not all that perfect. You know, you're having energy in the Pluto-Uranus squares. It's kind of starting to build, but the cardinal energy that was all activated during the Pluto-Uranus squares. All those cardinal signs are brewing. And I think there's a lot of anxiety feeling and a lot of, I don't know, not feeling all that great. And you're just feeling like, I don't know how to take all this energy. Well, Mars on the 13th is going to square with Uranus. And the sun is squaring at the same time. So this is core work. This is something unexpected within you. You don't probably know you have these issues. When you go from being an outward person to an inward person, I think you pull a lot of stuff out of your closet that you probably didn't even know was in there. And just know that, you have benefic energy working at the same time that you have this square energy. So again, I think there's going to be some confusion as to how to move forward. I mean, you're an action-oriented person, but you're going to be like, I want to go home to home and family. I need to talk about this. I need to, talk about what's going on in my past, the things I'm facing right now. It could mean that you just have a sudden desire to move, leave your job. You may just have a sudden snap epiphany moment where you come to some abrupt results about your life because you're getting all this work done within you and you don't know where it's coming from. So Uranus is going to make this either a really, really, really volatile day for you and a really out of control day, or it's going to make it a really fabulous day and it's going to make it a day of like, wow, I can't believe all that energy just went my way. Where did that come from? And it's going to strike in places like romance. So some person could just suddenly come into your life and just light you up and give you a new romantic opportunity. It could be that your kid comes up with some great news, or you have a baby, a baby comes into the world, or your kid gets accepted to something, a college or a university that they were wanting to go to. It could mean that you have like all of a sudden you just want to go have some fun and you want to take your whole family along and you want to go have fun. It's going to be that kind of stuff. And it could mean that you have the reverse side of that energy and you could just suddenly like plummet off the deep end because, stuff comes up in those areas that are negative. Then on the 15th, we have the new moon in Cancer. Now, your sun and the moon at this new moon are both on top of each other. They are conjunct in the same degree. And they're going to be opposing Uranus. And so now remember that the sun and Mars are both in Cancer. So your ruling planet's in Cancer. It's conjunct with... It's conjunct at the same time as the sun and the moon. Mars and Mercury are going to be conjunct at 14 degrees in Cancer, opposing this energy. So this today, wow, it could be an extremely unexpected day. This could either go where something goes down in your home and family that takes a sudden where somebody could unexpectedly walk out, a relationship could unexpectedly end, a child could unexpectedly move out. You could get some unexpected news about having to move. You could get some unexpected news that you need to vacate the premises that you live on. It could be that type of energy. It could just be something weird, unexpected, sudden, and it's going to be big. Whatever it is, it's big because Jupiter is trining Uranus at the same time, and Leo is. It could be something where somebody suddenly pops the question and takes your family, where you guys got to combine families, and it could be completely unexpected. You could have thought, "Wow, I didn't think this person ever wanted to get married," or vice versa. You could think, "I really want to combine my household. I really want to, take my relationship to the next level." You could be highly romantic right now. You could be wanting to go out and having a pleasurable experience and just think, okay, I'm just going to book a sudden vacation and I'm just going to go for it. But it's like that kind of energy. Like I said, it could go two ways. With Uranus all over this, it could take you, whatever way it takes you, it's going to take you on a ride for sure on this day. Then on the 22nd, we have a cardinal cross. And for you, this affects you. And for you, Mars is going to be in Cancer. The moon is going to be in Libra. Pluto is going to be in Capricorn. And Uranus is going to be in Aries. So this is going to be an emotional issue. It's going to be something having to do with empowerment, or somebody's trying to take away your personal power. It could make it, at first, it can make you want to be passive aggressive about it and say, I just honestly, this was so unexpected. I don't know what to do about it. It's really affecting me deeply. I really need some time to think about this. I'm going to wait on this. You could feel like you need to make a really hardcore decision right then and there, because this energy that comes up is just, it's very unexpected and it needs that type of decision. However, when you have a cardinal cross like this, basically you don't have the ability. It's like they're pulling, all these cardinal energies are pulling in opposite directions. So you may feel like in all these directions you have to take back your power. You have to make a decision. You have to take action. But it can make you feel so overwhelmed that you don't. And then it affects you emotionally. It probably drags you down. You probably feel some sort of depression. You probably just feel like, honestly, I don't know what to do, so I'm just going to do nothing. I mean, it could give you that kind of day. On the 23rd, the Sun and Mercury finally move into Leo. This is a much better placement for you. When the Sun moves out of Cancer, Leo energy and Aries energy are like bread and butter. You guys are both passionate, both fiery, both exuberant. And so you're going to immediately feel this energy shift for sure. Now, on the same day, Venus moves into Virgo. When Venus moves into Virgo, it is a debilitated energy. You know, Venus isn't really like being in Virgo, and the reason for that is because it's just, you know, Venus isn't going to get swept up in the non-reality of things. It has to base all of its love and all of its compassion and all of its pleasure on, hey, the bottom line financially, can I afford to do that? That costs too much to have that pleasurable experience. Or, you know, that person is really hot, but you know what? They don't have a job, and so financially we're not gonna mesh. And so you're gonna have a day of tug of war like that if you're trying to seek out a partner or a pleasurable experience. I mean, creatively, I think it's a great day, but it's gonna be more about in order to be able to do that creative project, you need XYZ supplies. You need to organize it. It's going to get to the nuts and bolts about whatever creative endeavor that you want to embark on. So, I mean, I don't think it's terrible energy, but I don't think it's ideal. And we just got out of one energy being debilitated, and now we're kind of going into another. So for you, the Sun in Leo is going to be moving into your 8th house. And the reason I say this is because it's going to be trining Saturn. So this is gonna restore you. It's gonna get you back to health. Now remember, I know that Saturn's in Scorpio and it's in your 8th house. It can be regeneration, and I think in this energy source, it is. You're gonna feel revitalized after you just went through all the heavy emotional debilitated work of your Mars. I think you're just gonna feel pretty wonderful. And just kind of more or less back to your old self. I think that you're going to be able to have wonderful, easy flowing conversations with like-minded people, fiery people that want to go out and take action. You guys are going to all want to make all these plans to take some action in your lives. You know, for a while there, you just didn't know how to move forward because you were in Cancer. Cancer wanted to stay home and in its shell, and you felt like you were more of a homebody, but now you're back to yourself where you want to go out there, you want to engage, you want to have a good time, and that's after the 23rd. On the 25th of July, Venus retrogrades in Virgo, and I think that this is where the energy starts to get a little bit, you start to feel that energy kind of pull you down, pull you back, pull you into some sort of reality. And for you, it's going to retrograde in your 6th house. So I think this is more about getting into some healthy, life-sustaining routines. I think it's about taking action and saying, okay, my diet isn't that healthy. I haven't been feeling all that great. You know, I was really, I lost a lot of energy. I'm not feeling really revitalized. It's a great, great time, especially for you, to develop routine, a workout routine, a regimen that just, you organize your life, you pay attention to all the details. This is great detail-oriented energy if you can tap into it. It's just a wonderful, wonderful placement if you want to get to the nuts and bolts of things. If you want to get lost in energy and just let it sweep you away, you're not going to like this energy. I don't think it's going to be all that difficult for you to deal with Venus in Virgo, just because I think you're a realist. And so I think even though you're going to want to go out and have some superficial fun, I think paying attention to the details might be helpful for you in your highest vibration. I do want to talk about the Venus in Virgo on the 25th is going to square Saturn in Scorpio. And for you, this is going to be a very difficult energy because you've got one debilitated energy, Venus, and then you've got this Saturn in Scorpio energy, this watery energy, really diving deep, really making you look at things. So maybe you want to go have this pleasurable experience. Maybe you want to go have that casual love affair. Maybe you want to go have that, just short-term romance or whatever. Or maybe you just want to go forward with your creative endeavor and you don't want to anticipate all the details. This energy is going to say, we need to pull you back down to reality, and it's going to slap your hands. And when an Aries gets their hands slapped, they don't really respond to when something tells them no very well. So just be forewarned, you can have that energy in that day. But Mars in Cancer is going to be trining the moon in Leo. I think that this could mean that I think you feel good on the outside, you feel strong, you feel confident. I do think that Mars in Cancer is still a little on the side of being a little vulnerable, but you have this confident moon. I think these two will weigh each other out and will kind of give you an okay feeling. So I think for the most part, the 25th is going to be a fabulous day for you. And then finally, I want to talk about the 31st of July. You're going to have a full moon in Aquarius in your house of friendship and hopes, dreams, and your wishes. And so, and this is also when Venus retrograde, it'll move back into Leo, a fellow fire sign. So I think this day is going to be good. It's going to get you back. I think you're going to just start feeling like you're getting back to your old self. There's a beautiful, glorious trines. Every major energy in here is being trined. Venus, Mercury, Jupiter, and your Mars is all trining. Wonderful energies in Uranus and in Saturn. So I think for the most part, this is going to be a gorgeous, gorgeous day. You may come up with a sudden, unexpected idea. You may start to think out of the box. You may have conversations with somebody that could make you have like that another aha moment or another moving forward moment or another of like, oh my God, that's why I've been feeling this way type stuff. And it's going to make sense out of everything that you've been experiencing. I mean, I know I love it when I have emotions and then something comes along. I listen to a song or I listen to a video or something on TV, and it just, I don't know, there's a line or something, a part of a movie that just that makes me have an aha moment about my own life. It pertains to me in some way. Emotionally, it evokes a response within me that makes logical sense. And so it really makes sense out of the chaos. It's a wonderful day. It's a wonderful day to go have some fun. It's a wonderful day to pleasure seek. It's a wonderful day to, I don't think make long-term goals. I think when Venus is in retrograde, I think this month is going to bring you it's going to tweak the relationships. It's going to see where all of the faults lie in your relationships. Are those small faults that'll just make a hairline little, fracture in your family or in this union, or is it going to be something that eventually it's a big enough crack where it breaks it? I think you're going to find out a lot about where your relationships are going this month. I think there's going to be a lot of exploration in your home and family relationships, in your relationship with yourself, how well you maintain it. I think these energies are very important to like look at the routines that you do in relationships, or the routines that your relationships are in. Are they productive relationships? Are they self-sabotaging relationships? Are you caught in a pattern where you pick out the same types of partners that aren't healthy? You may suddenly end these relationships, or they may suddenly end with you, and it may just awaken something in you about how you constructively look at relationships, how you logically look at them, how in the end it's not about money, although you'll be looking at stability, especially when Venus is in Virgo. It's looking and it's looking at how practical the relationship is. It's looking at how realistic is this for a long-term commitment. You know, it's looking at, are you both dedicated on the same levels in relationships? You're going to be critical about your relationships when Venus is in Virgo. These are all very, very good things. It doesn't make you feel wonderful, and that's why it's debilitated when you're having these feelings, but it's definitely a wonderful reality check on relationships. I mean, you don't want to get into a relationship and then 10 years down the line think, why did I pick this person? I just wasted 10 years of my life trying to make a relationship work. It was never going to work. And that's why you're going to see maybe these sudden endings, these sudden developments, these sudden things come up, because Uranus is in there just cooking and stirring up a bunch of chaos, and seeing, you know, where the faults lie, what bubbles to the surface, what can you guys face together and what can't you, and it's going to make or break them. Have a wonderful July, and I want to thank you for watching my videos, and I look forward to talking to you again next month.